It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. He's been a quarterback's best friend, nearing 1,300 yards receiving on the year. It's the Bengals and the Broncos on Sunday Night Primetime.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately, 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 126 yards, and a trip to the end zone as well.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight. So the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 176, moving him past Emmitt Smith and into second place all time.
And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Kayvon Thibodeau in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Kayvon Thibodeau drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Trenton Gill now.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything, every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. 69 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And some room to roam now.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Inside handoff, Penny. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Open man, that's Renfro. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Once more, Penny. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Again, it's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Williams, the man in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Fights through it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Running left, Taylor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give to Taylor. Room hit. There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring, but pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
He'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Here we go.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Leaves it for Penny.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll throw now on the final play. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So we come upon halftime.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done because as it stands right now, they won't have the first round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you, that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and wreak havoc from that point on.
Williams, the man in motion left.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Man, 188 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll send Williams in motion right.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, for an inside linebacker, I think you'd agree when I say that he is fast to the football, and he proved that thesis correct on that last play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Williams, the man in motion left.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, he's got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. return to Taylor on 4th. Uses the stiff arm.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Jonathan Taylor
from 17 yards out.
And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it is 28-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now Taylor. Powering forward.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Blocking the back.
Offense. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Fielded at the 33. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll run with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
from 17 yards out.
And the Broncos extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it is 42-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out. So it's hard to blame him for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame him one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They run with Taylor. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got room. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say,
and this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Broncos continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
McPherson on for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. And the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Now back to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Joey Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
Denver's offense now set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
He's at the 50.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a bit.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And he finds Penny.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because...
And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead, late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 33 and a 1st. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Williams, the man in motion left.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we